Good welcome, citizens. It is with the highest honor and the greatest joy that I bring you
Orange Nero.
Kane.
This morning was the most glorious morning in the history of the Earth.
A new Command & Conquer mod is about to come.
Peace is upon us. A gift to every man, woman, and child.
From Orange Nero.
From the Brotherhood of Nod. Victory. Not just for our people, but for our species. The time for questioning is over.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And now I will show it to you, but before that, a nice tune for the background, of course. Lovely. Electro. Alright, this is how you currently find the mod as it is still in hibernation. Go ahead and put down here, and there's a link here. Here we go. More game orange alert. A features list, a logo, a nice bar, and not much else, because the grand reveal will come in due time. This is a preview, and I have great things to show to you that I want to disclose right now with all of us. And for this, we'll expand the view a bit. I don't need this anymore. Wonderful, isn't it? What are we seeing here? We see the game running in window mode currently. Wonderful. And we have Tibet. Wonderful, wonderful Tibet. How did I get the game to run in window mode? Simple thing. I will show it later. In the description you can read about it. And I'll be showing a little bit of the mod, of course. You will have to start the game at some point. But the main feature I want to talk about is that this mod will have full Tibet functionality provided. Working Tibet functionality provided for everyone. What is Tibet? Tibet gives everyone the potential to become a modder no matter the knowledge, more or less. By reducing the amount of knowledge required to mod the game dramatically for everyone. What you can do is you can load the mod, you can load the current changes from the game, in which case it will load all the things that have changed from the original game through the ini files, and then apply it here for you to see. Or you can, of course, open up a saved Tibet save file, which means you essentially load up the mod in here. Now, why should this interest you? Well, it gives you full control over everything that isn't hard-coded in the engine. Meaning, if you have a certain unit, a certain vehicle, a certain something that you want to change, you want to have more damage output, you want to have more strength, you want it to be faster, stronger, harder, more brutal, more engaging. You go in here and say, oh, this thing takes too long to build for my taste. Let's reduce it. Oh, I can only build 8. Well, I can build 16. You are not happy with the amount of health it has? Sure, give it 9,000. Is there something else you don't like about it? You can customize it fully to your desire, to your pleasure. Not happy with the speed? Fine, change it. Not happy with the rate of turn? Fine, change it. Want it to be stealth? Fine, change it. Want it to be disguisable like a tree? Fine, change it. Want it to mind control? Want to have a mind controlling BMP2? Why the hell not? Who wouldn't, right? no problem. Go in here, basics, and you change the weapon to whatever the mind control weapon is. Or you want to have a different sound, everything. And then you have to, of course, apply the changes you made. In this case, we're saying no, because I don't want this thing to be completely absurd. Now these changes, they will not apply to multiplayer as long as, if not everyone has the same changes, yet everyone has to have the very same rules in it. So if you have a different version of stats, the multiplayer game will not start. However, it is fully functional for playing against the AI. It will also work with the missions. Now, of course, you can break the game if you want. If you do something absolutely ridiculous in here, chances are you're going to destroy the game and crash it. But it doesn't have to be the case. It really doesn't have to be the case. And the great thing is, you have tooltips at your hand for almost everything. So it is understandable. And the Command & Conquer modding community, one of the really greatest modding communities, if I may say so, has provided us with a vocabulary. You can look up everything to your desire. For example, if you want to know how armor in this game works, you go to this website, you enter armor, look for it, and you can read up. What is it? How does it work? How is it applied in different games? Pretty much simple to understand. Nothing all too funky, nothing all too difficult really. It'll take some time to get into, but for simple changes. So if you don't want to make a huge mod, you don't want to make it something ridiculous, you just want to adjust some things. Cost, damage, health, simple thing. We'll soon get to the game, don't worry, the match will happen. And, oh, it stopped. And this is the power that I think that Wargame 4 should also provide in the future. It doesn't currently, because the game doesn't even exist, Wargame 4. And I see this mod, what is it? What is this mod even? You might ask. I tried to make Red Alert 2 as Wargame-like as possible. I will say this is absolutely ridiculous. You have no side armor, you have no criticals, you have no... it's a different game, but I got pretty damn close. Some compromises, some abstractions, but also some superiorities. And full power to the user when it comes to customization and modability, if you're willing to get into it, which doesn't take all that much of time. One day, say an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how intelligent you are, you'll be able to do amazing things in here. We will make Wargame great again. I just had to say it, for fuck's sake. And I think it's about time. Now, to show you, you already see we have a snow map here, and it's going to have water. Why? We have ships, we have submarines, and we have a winter map. We currently also have the following factions in the mod. The US Navy will work, Korea is not working, instead I will make it a different deck. Wargame uses decks for stuff like an airborne deck or a marine deck. I'm still playing around, I'm not sure what I make of Korea. Maybe it will become something, I don't know. Not a support deck, not an airborne deck that is just going to spam artillery or helicopters, but it will be a mixed deck, something that can use units from everywhere, because I love mixed decks, and they're sadly underrepresented in Red Dragon. France is fully working, Germany, and of course Great Britain. Libya is in the game, because Libya is awesome. Iraq is going to be the Eastern Bloc. I haven't changed the names yet and the flags, so it's still showing Iraq, but it will be the Eastern Bloc more or less. The Russians, of course, are in, and then we have Cuba. And Cuba, will, just like Korea, be a mixed deck where you can use all the units from all the different nations. And Yuri, in all honesty, I don't know what to make out of Yuri. I will make something out of it. Maybe something special, maybe something hilarious, maybe something serious. If you have any recommendations, write them in the comments. I'll take a look at it. Maybe it's just going to be Yuri. That would be neat, maybe. But I can't do that sadly anymore. I ran into certain difficulties. I cannot add any more countries or any more units. Can you add units? It's possible, but it's, yeah, the game has its flavor. Its flavor. And I would say, first, fast disclosure. The game is currently still using placeholder graphics, and the sounds aren't done yet, as well as, well, the weapons aren't, not all the weapons are fully designed yet, and the effects and everything. It's still, you know, alpha, beta, call it what you want, but we will take a look into it right now, in window mode, of course, because window mode is awesome. And I want you to see all the other stuff that is here.